Welcome back to the channel. Today is unboxing day as we get ready to open up this box and take our first look at the 2024 Illinois Innovation Dollar. So let's jump into the video. Before we take a look at the Illinois Innovation Dollar, there's a couple of housekeeping matters I'd like to talk about. First off, next Monday will be the 2024 Alabama Innovation Dollar. The week following will be the Dr. Mary Edwards Walker Women's Quarters Program quarter, if it gets here on time. It gets released next Monday, and I'm hoping that 5 days is enough shipping time so that I can get it in here and get the video out. However, that video may be delayed till some point later in the week if I don't have that quarter before Monday. We will be getting to all of the innovation dollars eventually, so be patient. As we get into later into July and August, we will be taking a look at the other innovation dollars, the older ones that have been released already. On July 1st, the video that comes out is still in progress as far as me deciding what I'm going to do. I'm leaving for Las Vegas that day, and I'll be gone for a week. So the video that should be coming on July 8th may be delayed. I won't be back until Sunday, July 7th, late at night. I don't know if I'll be able to get a video out in time for Monday. So that video also may be delayed until later on in the week, but there will be a video that week. It just may not be on Monday. I'd also like to say that right now I'm in the progress of getting a new setup in my office here. And when I'm done rearranging things and making space, I will have a dedicated area on a table that is my coin video collecting area. And the only reason that matters to you, you may not see a difference, but I'll be more comfortable making the videos because I will have a space for my coin videos instead of right now I'm making them on the same desk that I do all of my other office type work, etc. So every time I'm done with the video, I have to move things around, put things away. Now I will have a dedicated area, so my videos I may be more relaxed and may seem a little bit more at peace making the videos, instead of having to work around the cluster that I have now. So that's neither here nor there. I was just letting you know that coming in the future, you may notice that the videos seem a little bit smoother than they do right now. And then the last thing I want to say before we get into the Innovation Dollar is that coming up later this summer, I don't know if it's going to be July or August, I would like to start incorporating ChatGPT as a test into my Innovation Dollar videos. I don't think it'll go so well for the Women's Quarters program, because if I have ChatGPT tell me something about, let's say, Eleanor Roosevelt, it could go on talking for 45 minutes. But if I have it, the little window up in the corner with ChatGPT in it, and we say, hey, ChatGPT, here's the Illinois Innovation Dollar. What's so significant about the imagery used on it? ChatGPT will then hopefully be able to tell us about the image on the dollar. That's just an example. We're not going to repeat the Illinois dollar, but you get what I'm saying. I want to see how well that works. So we may try it for a couple of videos and see if it's something that works or something that we need to throw away. But that won't be until later in the summer, when OpenAI has released some of the new features for ChatGPT 4.0 that they're talking about. Anyhow, I have talked long enough. Let us take a look at the Illinois Innovation Dollar. And here we go with the 2024 Illinois Innovation Dollar. The sculptor is Renata Gordon. The designer is Beth Zakin. And you can see that Beth's initials are circled on the left-hand side below the plow, or next to the plow blade. And Renata's initials, and Beth's initials are down below what appears to be the wheatgrass growing. Now, I didn't write anything on here as far as the meaning of the imagery because it's really easier. It would be too long to write. So I'm just going to take it from what I have here. It says that the coin representing Illinois recognizes the steel plow, The invention of the steel plow sparked the migration of Americans to the Midwest United States in the 1800s and the beginning of agriculture's industrial age. In the early 1800s, Americans moved from the eastern United States to the Midwest. The land they encountered was covered with grassland prairies that proved challenging to the plow. The wooden plows that easily cut through the sandy soil of the East Coast became stuck in the dense Midwestern sod. Blacksmith John Lane in Homer Township, Illinois, came up with the solution to fashion a plow from an old sawmill blade, polished so that the soil didn't stick. After field testing, Lane's plow went into production, first on his farm and later in Lockport, Illinois. By the 1850s, the plow was a commercial success, although Lane never patented his invention. So that brings us to the next point. This next point is really interesting, and I don't know if it was coincidence or if it was Lane's fault for not patenting, but check this out. So Lane was one of a number of competing plow makers during this era. The steel plow was made commercially successful in 1937 by, of all companies or people at the time, maybe not a company, John Deere in Grand Detour, Illinois. The John Deere plow was also originally sourced from a sawmill blade, but instead of crafting them one at a time as Lane and others did, John Deere established a process for producing plows on an industrial scale. So it says John Deere. It doesn't recognize it as or make me feel like it's a company. It makes me feel like John Deere. This may have been his first foray into, or probably was his first foray into farming equipment. I don't know if he made or produced anything before this. And I also feel like Mr. Lane may have had his product stolen by John Deere, who just by coincidence happened to fashion a saw blade onto an apparatus and create a plow out of it. But anyhow, that is the look at the imagery of the steel plow on the Illinois Innovation Dollar. Let's get to the box and open her up and see what the actual dollar looks like. Okay, I have pre-opened the box. I haven't looked inside, but I've pre-opened it because I didn't want to struggle on camera. And now they've gone back to, or started more packaging inside. Let me throw this box off to the side here. So apparently I ordered, they don't come as a set like the women's quarters do. You have to order the Philadelphia and the Denver mint roll separately. So I think the pricing on these I feel like maybe from now on, like there's information I should be giving that I don't for people that are curious. These innovation dollars are, I believe, $34 a roll, if I am not mistaken. And let's see if we can. Here it tells us that this is the Philadelphia. Just make sure we have what we ordered. And this is the Denver. And let's do it the old-fashioned way. Let's use the knife to get into here. I don't know if I can get it to focus on this because, you know, my dealing with these. And this is the imagery that we just looked at. I was going to look at it under the microscope. And I still may. I don't trust. I think we can get a better look under the microscope. Let me switch to the microscope real quick and we'll be right back. There we go. I think this is just a better look at it. It doesn't rely on my horrible photography skills with my phone to get a good picture. But as we can see, I think that this, actually, they probably all do, but it just dawned on me now that this looks better in person or in live looking at the coin than it does in the image. I don't know. I just think that like the lines on the handle of the plow seem to me show up better. Like I just feel like I like looking at this, even though the images are helpful because we can see all of the what we need to look at there without worrying about lighting or focus. I really like these innovation dollars. I think that they're very, that they were a good idea. I think that we have 13, well, technically 14 if you count the first one, 14 years of these coming up. I think it ends in 2032. I believe that they're going to do all 52 states and Washington, D.C. So that'll be something to look forward to. If any of you are interested in the obverse, the front of the coin, or the lettering, the words on the rim, take a look at the last video I did for the 2018 Innovation Dollar. And there's a whole section on there about the edge lettering and about the front of the coin with the Statue of Liberty on it. So check that out. Let's run back to the desktop real quick. And that was the 2024 Illinois Innovation Dollar. Don't forget, next week we have coming up the 2024 Alabama Innovation Dollar. And we also have coming up next week a new setup. I didn't mention that there's also will be a new computer to go for the streaming portion of what I do. So settings and things I can leave the same. It'll just be much more convenient for me. Anyhow, if anybody has any questions, comments, or criticisms, please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. If you don't feel comfortable commenting down below, my email address is also in the description of this video. You can reach me there. Once again, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in, and I hope that you all have a great week.